make sense. Come on, make it big. Make it make sense. Come on, make it make it.
What's good, y'all? Let's Make Sense of It podcast. We are back for another week. And like we always say,
The truth you don't want to hear, but you damn sure need it.
definitely need it. I go by the boy Vance.
And I'm Ash.
We are back again. Like always, follow us on Instagram. Let's Make Sense of It _ Let's Make Sense of It _ subscribe on YouTube. Let's Make Sense of It podcast, and make sure you subscribe on all your listening platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google, etc. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Now back again. Now this week, stereotypes. Now I got a bunch of them that we're gonna run through. So this should be interesting. So let's start with this one here. Somebody wrote, it said, pretty single girls are talking to a bunch of guys or having sex with all of them. That's one of the stereotypes.
That is a stereotype.
Why?
Because a guy will meet, or even a girl, both genders will meet one person and they'll find them attractive or whatever case may be. They'll like check their social media, see they got like 10,000. They got a bunch of followers. They constantly posting pics up. They constantly getting like all that
Attention. Right.
And then they automatically think like, your phone must be buzzing, like you out here fucking such and such, such and such. And it's just like, no, in reality, not all of them are. It's just you ran across a few bitches or a few niggas that's like that. So now you judging everybody off of that?
See, that's one of them stereotypes that I find pretty hard to. It's some truth in it, but I feel like it's also kind of true at the same time, because it ain't. At least in my mind, it ain't no way that you just that a chick is just not talking to maybe not a bunch of guys, but talking to a couple guys.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Now nobody gonna sit there now. You can't be like, I don't talk to nobody. And
See, I don't believe that.
They'll now they can get technical. Be like, well, I'm not really talking to this person. Like me, this person just texts. Like it's just something to bypass the time or whatever the case may be. I mean, somebody's gonna word it differently and try to give you a definition. Like that's not what it is, but this is what it is. And you just, I mean, but yeah, you can't judge everybody off of one person doing that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's the same. It's the same for guys. Well, would it be the same for guys? Because would a chick believe that because a chick wouldn't believe if a nigga say, "Oh, no, I'm not talking to nobody."
Bullshit.
Exactly. Chicks is not going to believe that. So for a guy, when you see a pretty female, especially if they single, it's kind of hard for us to believe that you're not fucking with multiple guys. I'm just gonna say that. Not fucking them, but talking to multiple guys.
I mean, if you got a roster, you got a roster.
Right.
I mean, there's a couple ugly bitches that got a roster because they got either a good looking body or, they pussy is bomb or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But if you got a roster, you got a roster. And then how your roster goes depends on you. A girl might be talking. Now you might meet a pretty girl and you thinking that she's talking to 10, 15 niggas at once. And she not. She talking to 3 niggas.
10 to 15.
Listen, I mean.
Damn.
Whatever. I don't know how everybody roster go.
They come by the dozens like some donuts. Damn.
But like she might have one that she talking to that, constantly wanna buy her stuff or whatever. One that she actually like that she's talking to, but she don't know where they at, on the spectrum. And then one that she just, when she feel like giving attention to, she give attention to. And then you go to niggas and
What? You know what?
I don't know.
You know what?
It is. I mean, there might be like an unconscious bias that I would have, but a nigga can't tell me there's like only 2 girls that you talking to. Because I'm gonna be like, huh? Especially if you good looking, I'm gonna be like, wait, what happened?
Now, would you look? All right. Well, if that was the case, would you look at him different? If that was the case, you're like, what you mean you only talking?
No. I wouldn't look at him differently. Now, that's not the thing. Now, that's a different stereotype. We're gonna get to that later.
Right.
But I'm not gonna look at him differently. But I mean, like I said, it's an unconscious bias. You automatically think of it without actually knowing the person. So I think that's where that stereotype comes from. As soon as you see a pretty girl, you automatically think like she's talking to a lot of niggas or some. And then if it's a girl seeing another pretty girl, she's stuck up, she cocky or whatever the case may be, and she might not even be like that, but you just judging her because of what you see.
Right. It could be like you say, it could be the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. Like she could be talking to like not even. It's crazy because I think sometimes guys will see like the pretty single girls and they'll see them like they'll post stuff online or something. They be like, man, I know all the guys that are in her DM or all of the guys. That's a different thing. Like they could be in your DM. That don't mean you
That
actually
don't mean you
entertaining
answering
them.
Shit, some delete, restrict, block, delete.
Restrict, block, and
you
delete.
in the request joint now because then my page private because I don't know what the fuck you think this is.
Yeah, but I think like something but that stereotype, most guys would think, be like, it's just no way. It's just no way possible. And if it was some way possible, it'd probably be a stereotype. But we think she was crazy. You'd be like, you not talking to nobody, no niggas is like we would think, all right, you must got a little something going on there.
Got
Like,
a little something going on.
might be like nobody trying to talk to you. It's different. Like if you don't want to talk to them, all right, that's just cool. But nobody's even trying to even attempt to even come your way.
Yeah, it's questionable. Like what's going on, sis?
You'd be like, yeah, it's a little questionable ain't the word. Like, oh, we need a background check there. The stereotype that all light-skinned women are the prettiest and bad.
Child, that is a very what was that during slavery? Yes.
Damn.
That was during slavery. Everybody. Hopefully, y'all past history. If you learned in school or wherever the case may be, if you learned in depth slavery and everything like that, then you would know that dark skinned women were in the field a lot more. Lighter skinned women were in the house, so they were either cooks, they were maids, or they were tending to like children or whatever the case may be. Or you get the other ones and they was concubines. So, they was in the huts for all the men, or they was in the house with the master. So here go y'all mulatto babies.
All right.
I'm just saying, like these things is just so you can't. The whole idea that a light skinned girl is prettier is just, I would say historically historically it's just the way it was for people to think that automatically a light skinned girl was pretty. And then, or a light skinned guy was good looking, whatever the case may be. And then the darker your skin was, the uglier you got.
That's like the stereotype that all the light skin niggas is soft or emotional. That's it's crazy. You get the good stereotype with the females, but then you get the bad stereotype for the light skinned males. He's like all y'all niggas is either soft, over emotional, doing some light skin shit along those lines.
Now, the one with the light skinned guys being emotional, I done came across a lot of light skinned guys that are emotional. They maybe in their feelings a little bit more than I've seen a dark skinned guy be more in his feelings. So
I think a darker guy just probably goes about it a different way. They got a different type of anger.
Oh, maybe
because I see. Listen, if you look at Wale, I give you an example. Wale, he has his moments where he be snapping. He was acting light skinned, as they would say.
Very much so.
And he's very much dark skinned.
Yeah.
So I think, like we always say, men are just emotional, period. But for whatever reason, the light skin seems to be a little bit more like a diva almost. Like like a diva almost.
Way you don't like that, like.
Yeah, that's a little. Because I've come across dudes like that, like, oh, we're like, what the fuck? Like, what type of time you on? Like, what, you acting real light skin right now? Like, what was that? Like, he'll do some shit and you be like, only a light skin nigga would do some shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
that was just something somebody came up with, and then everybody ran with it because they can pinpoint somebody or a couple people that was acting exactly like that. So it's easy to.
That's like Drake right now. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get braids right now. Like, nigga, you bringing braids back from the early 2000s. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get some braids right now.
That man can't do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh, my bad. I forgot who I'm talking to. My bad.
He can't do no wrong in my eyes. I don't care if he got a bullet.
Now you die with the baldy though. Not the champagne poppy baldy. You died. Now the stereotype that the dude should always pay for dinner / pay all the bills.
Bullshit. That's okay. That's another historic thing. That the guy should be coming in the house giving his paycheck to his wife to pay for everything, or he should be paying for everything. When y'all go out to dinner, he should always grab the check.
Now that's funny because that stereotype is crazy because people want that stereotype to stick, but they didn't want the stereotype to stick that women were only supposed to stay in the house and only supposed to stay in the kitchen. So on one hand, it's like, all right, you want the guy to do all of these classical things, back in the day. I'm just gonna come in and give you the money. But you don't want to stay home. You want to go to work, and you still want to get his money. So you want to get double money on top of it, and he's just supposed to have nothing.
Yeah, put mine in a savings account. Yours is going towards the mortgage and all the bills and the food.
Did you see the post? It said if me, or what was it? A birthday dinner. It said if me and my girlfriends go out for a birthday dinner, I feel like it's her boyfriend's job to pay for the full dinner.
She was stupid. she was stupid. If it's my birthday and he's there, if he decides to pay for the entire meal for everybody,
that's one thing.
That's one thing. But at that moment, he shouldn't be paying for mine's and his. Bitches, you should have came with your own money. Why do you think that my man is entitled to pay for all your?
First of all, depending where you go, that's a lot of fucking money.
Call your fucking man. And I'm a bougie eater, so fuck y'all. He's not paying for all your fucking bills. I don't give a fuck if he had it in his pocket or not. No, that's not happening. Call your nigga or a nigga. Call your mama, your daddy. I don't care. But pay for your own food.
Where did the whole we just gonna put everything on the guys? Like everything's just gonna it's on y'all. Not saying guys are not supposed to have responsibilities or are supposed to be the head of the household and all of that. But where did it come to? All right, y'all go out. You gotta take care of this. You got to just anything in general. He's just supposed to take care of it, and then the woman's just supposed to sit back, not worry about nothing.
That depends on what type of nigga he is. Like, is he the type of nigga that's gonna take is he the type of nigga that's putting you in a position where he's gonna take care of everything, or you just expecting it right off the bat because he is a man?
True.
And then if you come into it and say like, oh well, like girls that have great dads that were like that type of provider and everything, they'll go out into the world look for that man that does the same thing.
True.
But it's a very different thing because your dad and your man grew up in two different generations.
Right. And most likely your dad, he probably was struggling too, but you never seen that part because your dad not gonna let you see you struggling.
Exactly.
Because you his baby girl. So
he giving you the world, and the nigga ain't got two pennies to rub together for
right.
real.
Because parents, like when you become a parent, you just make shit happen. This shit is all mirrors and illusions. You make it happen. The kids don't even know the half of it. Like, oh man, my dad always made sure I was good, but you didn't even know your pop was just out here just trying to make it, doing shuffling money around, shuffling credit cards around.
Exactly. I feel like you had great parents or great father or whatever if they instilled in you to at least have some value in what you're trying to get from this world. Like, don't just automatically go out and think like, oh, well, you my man, so you got to pay all my bills and you got to take care of this and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, well, what you going to be doing? Like you said, no female wants to sit in the house anymore. Nobody wants to be a housewife unless somebody is providing for them.
Correct.
So if you don't want to be a housewife, if you still want to go to work, but you want him to take care of everything, like, what are you doing as well?
Right. And like I think we said before, you don't want to get stuck being a housewife, and then now he just up and go. Now you just stuck. You ain't got no plan. You ain't got nowhere to go.
You wasn't saving money. You wasn't investing money.
Now
you wasn't watching money.
That's one thing I don't get. If you just at home, or if not even you just at home, if you dating somebody and you getting taken care of, he said, don't worry about it, sit back. I'm just gonna keep you this. I'm gonna take care of all of the bills. You should be saving your money to a certain extent. To a certain extent. Some stuff you should have some type of money put away. Let's put it that way. You just have to. Like if you was one of these chicks out here just fucking with niggas for money, and niggas just keep giving you money, and then you don't have no money. Like you supposed to use that money to fund your business.
Like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, what were you doing with the money? You should have 2-3 businesses.
Your business was the fucking. So I mean, obviously, if you was getting money for it, like you should have been putting some of that away for something. Like, what the hell? Y'all be fucking to go buy a Chanel bag. Y'all be fucking to go buy a Gucci bag. That's weird.
That's kind of what it seems like.
Like, y'all living on fucking air mattresses and dirty ass pillows, no furniture in your house.
From hotel to hotel.
From hotel to hotel, Airbnb to Airbnb, couch to couch, and y'all ain't got shit to show for it.
But some nice bags and some shoes.
Broken funky. Yeah.
Now the stereotype, you didn't grow up in the hood, so you don't know what it means to struggle.
No.
That's another stereotype, because sometimes people think because you might have grew up in a nice neighborhood somewhere, everything's just peachy and you ain't got no problems. That is the complete opposite. If anything, you got just as many problems as the person that was growing up in the hood.
You can no struggle anywhere. You can no struggle in a trailer park, the woods, the desert. You can no struggle if you live in a penthouse suite. It doesn't matter where you living at. You can know some type of struggle to where it is, to what it is now. If you're saying because you didn't live in the hood, you don't know what it's like to be, dodging bullets, or you don't know what it's like to watch people sell drugs on the corner. You don't know what it's like to see a bunch of police all through the neighborhood walking up and down the street on bikes in their cars. You don't know what it's like to feel secure as a struggle, I guess you can say. Then you can go ahead and argue your point to different people, but you can't tell somebody because they didn't live in one specific neighborhood that they don't know what struggle is like. Right?
Because you could be a rich person's kid. Let's put it that way, and you gonna have some type of struggle. Like especially if you like an athlete. Like just think about the amount of pressure LeBron James Jr.'s son or LeBron James' son has to live up. Matter of fact, I'll go back even further. Michael Jordan's son never lived up to the hype of his dad because his dad was Michael Jordan. Like, you know how much that had to probably eat away at him?
Yeah.
Like, my pop was one of the greatest basketball, if not the greatest basketball player of all time, and I didn't even make it remotely close to even.
Magic Johnson's son likes to dress as a female.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so it's a struggle of a different kind. So you can't. Now, I'm not going to compare somebody's struggle in the hood to somebody's struggle who's been living, in mansions and everything like that. Y'all struggles are different, but y'all struggles are your own struggles. Mm-hmm. So you can't throw that stereotype out there that because you didn't live where I lived at,
right,
you don't know what struggle is. No, you just don't know what my struggle is. That's it.
Right. It's like matter of fact, it's like you could be a middle class family, live in a nice place. Your mom might be a doctor, your dad might be a lawyer, and you have, or they might both be doctors, and you have to try to live up to that expectation of becoming a doctor when that's not really something that you want to do. But
or you a rich kid and you living in these houses and you have nannies and drivers and cooks and everything like that, and your parents can't have a simple conversation with you or don't know shit about you. Yeah, that's a struggle.
Yeah, how many football coaches you seen? I mean, in fact, I remember when Andy Reid was here, his son, he was never around his son because he was always working, but his son was on drugs. See? All of that. It's just like no matter the amount of money you have, it's just more, it just enhances your problems. You gonna have some type of struggle, regardless. You don't have kids, you shouldn't be struggling.
Oh, this is the number one motherfucking thing.
That's another one.
Listen here, okay? To the people that have kids, so this is to my single mothers, single fathers, 2-parent households. How many ever kids you got from 1 to 6? I don't care. You can't tell somebody that is single and doesn't have kids that they shouldn't be struggling because you have a kid and you're struggling. How the fuck is you gonna tell me I can't struggle?
Right.
Because I swear we probably living in the same tax bracket or we're living in the same fucking economy where the jobs are hiring but the pay doesn't match the work. So people out here got to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet. So if I'm a single person and I don't have a kid and I'm struggling, that's my struggle. Now you being a single person with a kid, let's see where your struggle went wrong at.
Right.
Because now when I ask you, what were you doing before you had this kid and now you're struggling?
Yeah, because like you said, they could have been struggling beforehand. they could have been struggling beforehand, and they knew that they were struggling beforehand, but they still decided that they was going to bring a kid or multiple kids into this world. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you should have had yourself together first. I mean,
don't judge me.
I know sometimes people don't always got themselves together. I know everybody's struggle is different, but you should have been a little bit more responsible. I guess I'm going to say responsible. Don't try to get on the person that don't have kids, because it's a little bit of envy and jealousy in there. Honestly, I think that's what it is, because they see you could just come
up and go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just come and go.
You could just up and go, and they ain't got no. You know what I'm saying, they ain't got no babysitter. The mom don't want to watch them.
System is like y'all. Some people have kids, and then it's just like you want it to be a burden on everybody.
Yeah.
Not saying that your kid is a burden, but don't push what you feeling on everybody if they don't have a kid. So don't say, well, I got my kid 24/7, so I can't do such and such. My bad. My bad.
I'm sorry, you gotta be a parent.
I'm sorry, you have to be a parent.
Right.
You had the baby, not me. So I mean, my apologies if I may come off like I may have offended you by whatever I said about whatever was going on. But don't take it out on me because you struggling with your kid. Even if it's 2 of y'all struggling with a kid, don't get mad at me.
Yeah,
like let me struggle in peace. Mind your business.
Why you mad at that particular person? Because they, you know what I'm saying, you knew what you was doing when you had the kid. Nobody's listen. Somebody said one time, bringing a kid in the world is probably one of the most joyful thing, but it's also the most selfish thing when you think about it. Because we know how fucked up this world is, and we still decide that we're gonna bring another human being into this fucked up world. Not even sometimes one, sometimes multiple human beings. We see every day how fucked up it is, and we still decide, you know what, we're gonna bring a kid into this world. And it's crazy when you think about it. You be like, damn. You sit back and think about it, but some people just need that kid to have that real true love or have that real true joy in their life, and that's fine. Don't knock the next person that don't have kids. They ain't want to have kids. They ain't gotta have kids. Like, why
multiply and be fruitful.
But don't tell them that they. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at them because they don't have kids. I think that's just weird personally. Like, why are you mad because they don't have something?
Yeah, I think everybody should empathize. Like if you had a group of friends, like my group of friends, we went from a group of friends that can go out every day of the week. And then everybody started having kids, and it's just like, whoa, okay. Y'all can't go out every day of the week. We understand that, but we still, you know what, I'm still going to invite you because I don't want you to feel like I'm not going to invite you because I'm automatically thinking that, oh, you got the kid, it don't matter, you can't go out. Right. I'm going to invite you. I'm going to make you still feel like you're a part of everything. And if you can't go, you can't go. As simple as that. But then y'all be having these friends and they don't give a shit that you had a kid or not, and they just exclude y'all from everything. That's where y'all little problem comes in that, because you taking it out on everybody else when you need to talk to the motherfuckers in your circle. Yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Sometimes when people put these quotes up, I'll be like, y'all just be bitter. Like, it be some angry, like, cause some people put these quotes up and it be any quote. Like, some people say that's anything. Like, it really be any quote. Like, what made you possess you to sit there and think that, oh, you ain't got no struggle, I got this kid, y'all ain't got to worry about nothing?
I still got shit to worry about.
Yeah, shit to worry
like
about.
Just like you
just have
about
extra responsibility.
If you worry about your Pico bill, worry about my Pico bill. Then you probably worried about it for different reasons. You don't want you don't want your kids in the dark. I don't want to be in the fucking dark. So I mean, you got to put food on the table. I still got to go food shopping too. Like, the only thing I don't have is I don't have a kid that I have to watch. So it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm good, and it's your responsibility to make sure that your kid and you are good. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. Right. But the simple fact is that we can both be struggling in our own way. Like, everybody's struggle is not the same, but anybody that has a kid, you can't tell me that I can't struggle because I'm only me, because it's only me. Right. And I can't tell you that because you have a kid, oh, well, I mean, I know your struggle is all right, but, you know, I mean, I'm still struggling. I'm never going to say that to you. Right. Because it's going to be way different. I'm just going to say, like, you know what? You struggling. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, see, every struggle is different. Yeah. Word of the day, struggle. Struggle. Now this one, the image of the black community being synonymous with anything negative in the media. Now that's a stereotype as on a more political way of things. Because if you just think about it, like, when a crime happens, or when like hypothetically saying a mass shooting, which they classify as a mass shooting when it's triple and quadruple shootings in these inner cities every day. Mm-hmm. Nobody calls it a mass shooting, but
not a mass shooting.
Yeah, but when 4 or 5 people get shot up in the movie theater, now it's a mass shooting. Mm-hmm. And that person, and if it was a person of a lighter skin complexion, not this complexion, then it's they was mentally ill. Mm. But if a black person or somebody, you know, a brown person does a shooting, they want to go dig up all of their past from when they was 2 years old.
Of course.
And they took a piece of candy.
Well, did you know? Yeah, he had an Xfinity bill in his name. He was only 3. Mitch, what that got to do with this right now?
They look for any and every fucking the worst picture you can find of you. Like, you could be a 10 years old with a Nerf gun. Oh, look at him. He was already in his mind. He already had it made up that he was gonna be a shooter.
They got pictures of you with your middle finger up when you was a kid. Like,
yeah, like what?
Now you a thug. Like.
Then a white person to do it, like, oh no, he was mentally ill, mm-hmm. and they try to give him all types of excuses.
He came from a great family. He was well educated. Like, shut the fuck up, because it doesn't matter. He's a fucking terrorist. Like, how about that? He's a serial killer.
He's a serial killer. He's a terrorist. That's a terroristic crime. Like, but the way those particular stereotypes, like, if you look at a black person, matter of fact, you could just be in the city and somebody could say a neighborhood, mm-hmm. like, oh, North Philly, oh, West Philly, and automatically the stereotype of, oh man, am I going to get robbed there?
Yep.
Is something going to happen to me there?
Like, y'all got Temple students living in the middle of
North Philly, yeah,
in the middle of North Philly. That's something it's mind-boggling.
That's a stereotype, because you go to certain neighborhoods, it might look just as nice as this all, and then you don't even know the half of it.
You don't know what the fuck's going on. Y'all, I told y'all before, y'all be thinking y'all move out the city, y'all go into these neighborhoods, and y'all be like, yeah, I'm so glad to be out the hood. There's so much crime because all you hear is about is shooting. That is very correct. Nobody want to live around this shit. But then y'all move into other neighborhoods.
Crazy motherfucker cutting y'all up.
Some other shit going on. Like,
nigga had a body in the basement for 5 years. And
they hide bodies in walls and ceilings, and y'all don't know about it. But y'all, because you don't know about it, listen, out of sight, out of mind. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But but that whole stereotype of black people in the media and how they portray us on television and on the news, it goes back to like the Reagan era when we would label serial predators. Yeah. When black men were labeled serial predators, because they just automatically that was during the crack epidemic. It was just like, yep, mm-hmm. These motherfuckers is crazy. But I mean, you can't put that. You can't. That's why I don't watch the news.
No, you can't watch the news. You know, I can tell you how the news is going to start. It's going to start with weather, traffic, homicides. Then it's gonna go to some national news, and then it's gonna go
to some cute shit.
Exactly, and back to weather, and back to track. That's why you can't. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't watch the news, man. That joint it had you going crazy. But
and then a lot of the time it's black people the same. Black people stereotype our own black people.
True.
We stereotype each other because just like automatically you'll see a guy and you'll stereotype him just as well as a white person would or anything like that. Because you this is the image that you have already. It's like sometimes it's an unconscious bias and sometimes it's just you being judgmental and biased.
Right.
You automatically see him, you automatically think he's a thug, he's a criminal, or whatever case may be. And then you see another black guy that looks like he's, dressed up, he got himself together, you don't think he's a criminal. But
biggest drug dealer in your fucking city.
Motherfucker's a criminal. The other one, he just this is all he got, this is all he could afford, the way he look is the way he look. But he's not a criminal. Clean rap sheet. The other one you looking at looks like a nice gentleman.
Nope.
Probably he can just tug on his ear and have you killed.
Yep. Because you see shit, you look at them old school mobsters back in the day. Them motherfuckers had suits on and all the other shit.
Like they were dressed down to a T.
Like you said, nowadays you see motherfucker they be all tattooed up, all this other stuff. They automatically think, something bad when really it'd be the nicest person. They might have just liked a bunch of tattoos. To each his own though. We're gonna get back to this though. Let's get to our 2 cent segment.
Let's see.
Like always, to all our new subscribers, make sure y'all hit that line, 267-648-7208. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen as always. So make sure y'all hit that our 2 cents line. Now, this week I seen this one. It was pretty funny actually. It said, my husband is throwing a temper tantrum because I had dinner with my ex, who is leaving for prison for the remainder of his life, and just wanted to apologize for any hurt he caused me and said goodbye, Kiki. It said, boy, boo, I needed that closure. Cry about it then. Now.
She said her husband?
Yes, she said, it's to her husband.
Divorced. Because bitch what? Because what?
That's anything. She said, first of all, who cares? The nigga going to jail for life.
He could have called her.
Yeah, like
he could have took both of y'all out to dinner if he really wanted to just apologize. He could have sent you a simple text. I'm sorry for everything I'm doing. But like, why did he have to wait? First of all, why did he wait until he's about to go to jail for life to apologize for all that shit? Why did you think it was acceptable for you being a married woman to go to dinner with your ex because he said he wanted to apologize just because he was going away for the rest of his life?
Right.
Why are you not taking your husband's feelings into accountability? Because if he would have told you, oh, I'm going to see my ex for dinner because she just want to apologize. She ain't going to jail.
Right.
She just feels as though she feeling real remorseful and she want to, lay all her burdens and sins on the table. So she just wanted to do that. But we went to a nice dinner. We had a nice conversation. Then we took a walk. And then I walked up to her car. I walked to my car. And then I came home to you.
Ain't no fucking way that would even be possible.
So he said dinner with my ex.
Nothing else would. Yeah, everything else. The whole conversation would have stopped right there at dinner with my ex.
She called her mom. She called her grandma. She called her sisters, cousins, aunt. She called every motherfucking body to let them know about your trifling ass going to see your ex.
Yeah, that's anything right there. First of all, that's any response. She gonna say boo hoo. Like, first of all, how long y'all been? How long y'all been together? Number one, but y'all married. So how long y'all been married that you just say fuck this nigga? It seemed like you don't even take into account this man's feelings at all.
Why did you need that closure, sis?
Yeah,
why did you need that closure?
That means if you married, that means most likely you had at least a couple years in. Maybe not. Some people get married faster. Some people take a lot longer. But you had some type of years in with your husband. Why was you even still in contact with the ex that he even called you and was like, "Oh, I'm going to jail for life," yada yada yada? Did y'all have kids together? Did y'all like? I don't know. Like, it was still feelings there.
Like, did he kill somebody close to you?
Right. Like, yeah, exactly.
Did he beat your ass? Like, even at that, I wouldn't want to talk to him. Like, fuck that nigga. Like, but the simple fact that he's an ex, and that means that after you was done with him, you got into a relationship. You dated this guy for however long. He proposed to you. You accepted.
Right.
You planned the wedding, went to the wedding, had a blissful time, probably had a good ass honeymoon. Right. All that. And you telling me you still need closure from this nigga?
Yeah,
Bitch, you tried it.
That's anything. And I got one more actually. This shit was wild. This was a true story. You might have watched the news, but you might have seen it. So this couple, they was on the first date, and the dude was parked at the gas station. He went inside. These dudes rolled up on him and carjacked the car. Dude came out. I think dude came out. He got his ass whooped. And then the chick, they took the car. That was their first date. This is their first date. They got carjacked on the first date. Now, can you imagine you on your first date? Yo, what do you think the conversation was after that?
What kind of shit did you into? Like, what the fuck? Like
I think it was I think it was random, but still, like that's crazy. That's.
I mean, you can even ask. I would feel bad, like especially if he got his ass beat. Like, damn, I don't want to have. What
he did come out and try to help. He came out and try to, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on. I think from what I seen in the video, but that shit looked crazy. You know the news be cutting shit out. You don't know how the full video went. You just see the car pull up and then you see the bull come out. He getting thrown in the wood. I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't know what the fuck happened. But that's a wild ass situation. Like,
you can't.
Do that bring them closer?
I gotta make sure you are right.
Right.
Like me personally, I have to make sure that you okay, and then maybe a couple days down the line we can discuss it or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Make sure I hit that 2 cents line, man.
That's a lot.
Go ahead and call in. I'm saying leave your traumas and all of that good stuff.
Not
you know what I'm
your
saying?
traumas.
Leave your drama. Leave your drama. Now, back to stereotypes. After a breakup, it's automatically assumed it's the guy's fault or the guy cheated. That's a big stereotype. That's a big stereotype. Like people just can't. People not allowed to just
break up.
To break up.
What happened? Dude, like, and then all of a sudden I heard he was messing with some shorty. Dude,
why that's always the case? Like why people just can't genuinely just grow apart? I don't think.
Yeah. Why can't they just genuinely not be happy anymore and they decide they don't want to keep working on it. It's not going anywhere. They decided they want to go their separate ways. The only reason it gets fucked up is because as soon as somebody breaks up, somebody start posting some dumb shit. So now somebody's bitter.
The indirect.
The indirect shit. Like I don't need no nigga or fuck these bitches. Like I'm on some me type time. Like this is my year. Blah blah blah. Like
yo,
I be so
you die with this my year.
I be so excited for y'all to break up. Y'all be like, it's all about me this year. And like it's March, baby. It should have been about you in January.
Yeah, why don't we take for a breakup for it to be this year? Like we 3 months into the year. Now it's your year.
Like it should have been your year. Why wasn't it your year already?
That's a big stereotype though. Like when guys, because it's like, all right, he must have did something. Like it's never she must have did something. They couldn't just agree to break up. Like it's always he had to do something. Oh, he must have been cheating. Oh, he must have been yada yada yada. I don't think you ever seen a breakup when they was like, oh, what did the female do? Never.
What she do?
Never. It's always what did the guy do?
What did he do?
And that's a real big stereotype. No, he must have cheated. That's the first thing that when somebody break up, that is the very first thing that comes out of people's mouths. Oh, he must have cheated.
Like, well, I mean, even if he did cheat, like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah,
but that's only if you live your relationship like through social media.
Yeah.
If like I'm not saying you can't post your significant other, like go ahead and post them and everything like that, but don't go to social media whenever y'all get into a fight or you got an attitude or he pissed you off or whatever case may be. Just fuck that nigga while he in the house or wherever he at, and then go about your business. But y'all be letting everybody know that y'all got into an argument that you angry.
Or they break up and the person posts single, or they gotta post something along the lines of they single. They done cleared the page off already. Like people would have caught on like that. Like oh shit, it ain't no more pictures. People quick to put 2 and 2 together.
Ain't no more. You ain't post no more pictures and I'm like damn y'all. Listen, y'all Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and whatever other social media website it is.
It's crazy.
Y'all investigators be real thorough with y'all search.
Yeah, y'all need to be detectives. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be detectives. Y'all see a shoe in the they be kidding with the celebrities. They see a shoe in the background. They be like, oh look in the back of his picture, it's a shoe. So she must have been there too.
Y'all real like Shade Room Juniors and shit. Cause y'all be on it.
Y'all be fucking on it. Like, they be putting. Look at
the other day she posted. So on Monday she posted a nigga, but then on Friday she was out shaking ass at the club, and I ain't see her nigga around. And she was posting stuff the other day, and it's like, well, damn, bitch, me and my nigga are fine. I had a good week.
Right.
That was the post that I agreed to. I'm not going through it. And Friday I went out with my girlfriends. He was at home. The fuck.
Speaking of posts, it's like one of those. It's like one of those. If somebody likes a post. Like we said before, it might just be funny, but people might look at it like, oh, see, look, she liking these type of posts, so that must mean she not with him, and he liking this type of post, so that must mean you like, oh, whole time they sitting right there laughing at y'all, reading the comment, like, look at this shit.
Hey, listen.
This shit ain't got nothing to do with you.
If you now, you know what? I'm all with the what is it? I want to take my L in peace.
Right.
I'm with that. I went through my last relationship like that. Take my L in peace. You ain't got to know nothing about this nigga. Don't ask me about him. But it's a difference between secretive and private.
Right.
So y'all need to like work on that and know the difference. Yeah. But don't let social media control your relationship either, because these motherfuckers be out here lying. And some of y'all, and Philly is real small.
Yeah.
So just make sure your shit is on the up and up and
right.
not some other shit.
Now the stereotype of you grew up in a mixed neighborhood, you're not really black. That's
neighborhood.
like a mixed neighborhood. Like basically it was white. It was more white people than it was black people. Pretty much. You didn't grow up around a bunch of black people. Pretty much.
Like, what you trying to tell me?
And
Like,
people who say, "Oh, you grew up." It actually goes back along to the lines of where you grew up. Like I said before, oh, you grew up in this particular neighborhood. You ain't really black. You don't know the real black struggle. You be like, huh?
like,
I'm the same. I'm darker than you.
like, I'm still black. I don't think that changes the fact that I'm, not black. Maybe culturally, I don't know everything that you know. That's probably about it. That's probably
maybe culturally.
Yeah, maybe like in my household, we didn't like Saturday. Like if somebody grew up in a different neighborhood, like a lot of us know Saturday mornings, if your mom was playing old school music, you had to get the fuck
Time
up
to clean up.
Now a lot of us know that because we grew up with it. From the springtime, that whole house getting fucked clean.
These kids don't know nothing about washing down the baseboards, washing down the walls.
Washing the woodworks.
What? These kids don't know nothing about that. Come on, we started like the old motherfuckers. We only 30. We 30 around 30. We sound like we the older fucking kids. Kids are spoiled.
You ain't know shit about it. Like,
they don't even wash the house.
I
don't do shit in the house. They don't even wash the house. I got dishwashers.
So I would say you can't tell somebody they're not black. Like, especially if they my complexion, just because they grew up in a white neighborhood, that doesn't change the fact that they're black. They just grew up in that neighborhood. That's okay. But like I said, somewhat culturally, I guess I can say, I'm using the right word, that y'all have differences. So yeah, they don't know about the Saturday morning cleanings. They don't know a lot of old school music, a lot of foods they might not have tried or whatever case may be. But it also depends on their household.
Right.
Like if their parents grew up in those type of neighborhoods and have those type of friends and everything like that and aren't around too many, like black people. We just gonna put it that way. We just gonna say hood black people because that's what the stereotype is. Hood black people versus proper or hood. That's what y'all differentiating between. And it just depends on how their parents grew up. If their parents grew up and they still, down to their roots and, the way their moms raised them, everything like that, then that kids had no problem. They should be able to, code switch. Very, very easy. They should be able to do that. And some of y'all be wanting people to be so black that y'all got to listen to the same music, like the same movies, eat the same food. And it's just like, no, we're different. We're all different. Simple as that. Like, y'all just be wanting everybody to be the fucking same.
I love all my black people. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all. But it's at a certain time. I'm not trying to be around y'all certain places. I don't want no niggerish.
So
no niggery. Like if I'm going to a particular nice place, I want to be there and enjoy there in peace. I don't want this to turn into like I'm at a cookout and it's the fucking family reunion. You know what I'm saying? And some shit pop off. No, I'm going to a nice establishment. Don't come in here with the nigga shit. All right, we all know what the nigga shit is. All right, we all had some nigga shit. Don't come in here with the nigga shit.
And y'all know I gotta say it. Y'all done made the sugar factory in Philly nigga shit.
Yeah,
it got a 2.6.
They gave a little no. They put a little culture in it. They put come on now. They put a little
fucking rating. It's the sugar factory. They sell the same shit across the fucking globe.
That's bad because you go to Miami. It's the same. That's pretty funny though. Like it's a little cultural. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably just scared the white people a little bit.
It's downtown.
Y'all just scared the white people a little bit.
City. Ain't no other bar gets them types. No other bar gets those type of ratings. And I just want y'all to know that and understand that because there's certain shit that we can't have because y'all know the motherfuckers that fuck it up. And it's just like as soon as y'all go into establishments, these people feel uneasy. The owners that aren't black, they feel uneasy as soon as we walk in because they don't know what the fuck they gonna get. They can get a calm ass night, but then all of a sudden somebody come in.
Some ratchet shit. Listen, we love y'all. We love it. The black culture is one of the most powerful cultures around. That's why everybody steals everything from us.
Period.
They steal everything. The music, the fucking anything they could profit off of. Back when black people was making money off of black people for smoking weed, locking them all up. Now all of a sudden it's legal. They making money off anything that the government could make fucking money off of. They gonna steal.
Anytime in 2022 they just passed the law saying that they can't discriminate against us for our hairstyle, but the Kardashians can wear straight back braids and it looks nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck out of here. I want y'all to know that. Like,
exactly.
It's not a thing.
Come on, man.
It's not a thing. We love y'all. We do love y'all, but y'all need to take some accountability for some of the black shit.
Yeah, y'all know exactly what the fuck y'all be doing too. Come on now,
because y'all be like,
come on now.
Listen, I don't know what y'all be doing. Y'all want to tell if y'all friends like what the fuck they doing wrong, or they acting out of pocket, or they doing dumb shit. Y'all want to tell them nothing. Listen, you feel as though they grown. Fuck you.
Certain places. I know what I'm saying. I understand some of y'all have made outside your neighborhood. Certain places, just leave that shit in the neighborhood. All right, don't come out looking at what is this? Like, why is this price? Oh, we is at a fancy restaurant. We is at a fancy It don't even have to be a restaurant. A fancy place in general. Don't come there doing that dumb shit. Because you know why? You know what's the fucked up part? White people shit stay in business forever. You ain't never see an Irish pub going out the fucking business. You ain't never hear about a crazy ass shooting at an Irish pub or at a one of these white bars. You go to Manioc, you ain't on Main Street. You don't never hear about nothing crazy going on down there. It's just a bunch of it's some black people mixed in around there, but it's never no crazy shit going on in certain neighborhoods. But you go to certain establishments, certain places, it just gotta be one person that sets the whole fucking room off. It's like they was the match and somebody just lit it, and then now some shit gotta pop off. Like, come on, man. Just go out and have fun. Why people just can't go out and have fun? Like, why?
Because I don't know.
Nobody
wants to take accountability.
Like, people just can't.
And everybody just think that they just better than the next person or whatever case may be. Like, a lot of times, black people, we are the main, I would say, race. Here we go. Main race that have like a crab in a barrel mentality.
And it's sad.
And it's very sad. And a lot of times when we make it, when certain black people make it and everything like that, they don't really want to reach back and help the next person. Because helping the next person, you don't know if you're helping a hater or a follower. You don't know who you're helping. And then that person might be, praying for your downfall instead of praying that you make it even more successful. And you go to different cultures and different neighborhoods and they don't do that. Yeah. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, they don't do that. They use each other to build each other up. Right. Chinese people, they do the same thing, build each other up. So I'm not understanding why we can't do the same thing. Y'all get upset when it's liquor stores and it's too many liquor stores in our neighborhood. First of all, that's run by the actual liquor board. You guys find wine and good spirits. It's not a thing. Now, when you see them delis popping up and they run by Chinese, Koreans, or whoever the case may be, y'all get upset. Well, buy a deli and you put it inside a different community if you want to.
How many corner stores are there in the city of Philadelphia? Listen, you never see corner stores listen, they'll build a corner store across the street from another corner store. Mm-hmm. They know they both gonna get money.
That's very true. And I'm not saying that it's completely
it's not completely
it's not completely our fault, because in society today and beforehand, banks don't really want to give us shit.
Nope.
As as African Americans, they don't want to give us loans. We gotta have an 850 credit score just to get a $5,000 loan, or a business loan, or whatever the case may be. Like, we gotta come in with all our T's crossed and all our I's dotted to make sure that we can get what we want to get. But other cultures walk into a bank and they don't get that. They don't get that third degree. Nope. They don't get that. They get approved
right away.
Shit. And then we gotta work on all this shit. Like, somebody came into the bank. He was from Vietnam. This guy came here a year ago. They don't do credit in different countries. America is big focus on credit. Nobody else does that. Mm-hmm. He came here and was living here for a year, citizenship and everything, got that, and he got approved for a $90,000 business loan.
Damn.
$90,000 business loan. He was here for a fucking year.
And came right in and got it. We've been here for generations and generations and generations, and can't get simple shit. Like, we can't even get a fucking refinance on a car. You're like, your credit. Well, if you pay this down, like, bro, y'all see my yearly salary. Like, y'all see that I'm paying. That, what's the crazy part? The crazy part sometimes about banks, like, you go there, you try to refinance your shit. They see you paying everything on time. Everything's getting taken care of, but they still try to penalize you for some shit that was going on back in the day. You're like, like, listen here, I'm responsible now.
Them student loans ain't never getting fucking paid. Joe Biden and the entire government can kiss my ass. They're not getting paid. They're gonna sit there, defer.
I'm crying.
It's pointless. No, it's pointless. Y'all can get rid of them. It's not even that much. It's okay.
Now, the stereotype of when a woman gets her body done, it's for a man, not for just her in general.
Well, there's two sides to that.
It's two
sides to that, because some women do get their body done for attention. Some people get their body done because of something that they wanted to get done. Like, they wanted a little bit of extra in a little bit of extra places. I don't fucking know.
I think it's for them, but the reason it's for them is because they want to get the attention too. So it's kind of the same thing. Like, all right, you're not just getting it done just because you want to look. You get it done because you want to look good, but you want to look good because you want the man to see that you looking good.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants attention. I don't give a what anybody is. Everybody wants some type of attention. You don't be you want somebody to look at you. That's the same way if you dating somebody and nobody is trying to talk to your significant other, or looking at when you probably like, damn,
I picked the wrong one.
Did I pick the wrong? Am I ugly or is they ugly? Like, you be questioning it or whatever. Even if you be like, you the most beautiful person, y'all can say all that shit you want to, but we're human. We want attention. Now, I'm not saying y'all go as far as how you getting that attention. That's, your prerogative. But if you getting your body done, that's I don't know. It depends on
the person.
Yeah.
First of all, and off topic, if you get your body done, please get it done right.
Yeah, that's true too.
Guys don't really give a fuck if you get your body done. Just make it look real. Like, cause y'all be having these big dumbass asses that don't even be moving, and your shit be the size of this fucking straw. This be they fucking they leg
and your thighs, and they don't match.
Yeah, it don't match at all. Like it be looking bad. Y'all spending all this money. If you gonna get it done, do it right.
There are some people that get their body done because diets and working out is just not for them. So they might get a little bit,
get a little tuck
for their size, get a little tuck. Some people are extremely overweight and they go get surgery and they get stuff removed and they get stuff put in different places to just fill their body out right. Now there are those methods of getting your body done for a reason, and then there are the other ones where you really just want the attention, like you just want somebody to be staring at your ass or to say how big your titties is or to make your pictures pop more because now you're getting that attention.
What's crazy is when people get all this work done and they still be using filters. That shit be wild to me. Like, damn, you did all of that. You got makeup on and you still got to put a filter on it. That's a bad joint all the way around. like that's bad. Like at that point, you just might, you know what I'm saying? You might need help. You might need help because something inside of you just doesn't. You're not happy with yourself. Like you just keep getting it done and you spending all this money and then you finally get to the right point. And the crazy part is so if a chick did all that work done, get the body done, and they shit still trash. It's still trash. Like niggas still not attractive to you.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's bad.
But that all depends. If you got your body done for that type of attention, like since you should have made sure you walked in there with the doctor and was like, I need to look like this.
Yeah, don't go to no little doctor on the corner and they didn't.
Just go see Dr. Miami. He seems to be really good at it. I don't know.
I guess. The stereotype: if a man has to ask his spouse or check in with his spouse, he's whipped. Pretty much meaning before he goes out, he said, "Hold on, let me check in with my wife. Let me check in with my girl to make sure everything's good."
That's respectful,
right? But some guys will look at it as like, oh, "This nigga pussy whipped. This nigga da."
That's respectful. Like if you in a relationship and you just feel as though you can do what the fuck you want to do, and your significant other doesn't say anything about it. It's one of two things. Either you have that type of control in your relationship or they don't give a fuck. And they know what the fuck they want to do. So obviously they don't care what you want to do. But if you have a respecting in your relationship, you say, oh, hey, babe, I'm going out to such and such. Or you try to give them enough time to know that you're going. Don't be you want to go somewhere at 9 o'clock on a Friday and at 8 o'clock you getting dressed and telling me now that you're going.
Yeah, you just where you going? What the fuck is where's we going?
Oh, we're going?
Yeah, where we going?
We're going together.
Yeah, where's we going? You're like, oh no, remember I told you I was? Oh wait, no, I didn't tell you. So I'm going. No, we not. Fuck is you talking about? Now we just going. Niggas got that look on their face like, huh?
That's a conversation you gotta have with your significant other.
Like, and that don't have nothing to do with being pussy whipped. It be these niggas be single. That's why they don't have to check in with nobody. So like, hey, man, you done ass nigga.
That's fine. When I ain't had to check in with nobody either, I was coming in the house. The sun was coming up. Who's clocking me? Who's clocking me? Anybody can walk in here with me. I'm kicking you the fuck out in the morning, whatever the case may be. But now it's just you respect. You don't come in past 2:30.
It's respect thing.
Don't try me.
Listen, there's a lot of career single people out here. So you know what I'm saying, they got different sets of rules out here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody check it. Do what you want.
I was about to say I live both lives.
You know what I'm saying? the career single person. No, the person that's been single since high school. Like they just been running through motherfuckers. Like that's it. They don't even have no intention of even settling down.
The motherfucker that's gonna catch that person. Ooh, good luck.
Shit, watch out. Now, one of the stereotypes somebody wrote, it says if you I think this was an old stereotype. It said if you wear weave or if you wore weave that you didn't have hair. Like that was a stereotype back in the day.
Yeah, I mean that was a stereotype when I was in like elementary school too. Like if you wore weave, you was bald headed. It was just like if you bald headed, you bald headed. Like you gotta wear weave, okay? But sometimes people don't want to deal with. Some people I've learned in hair that a lot of people don't want to deal with their hair at all. Like they don't want to deal personally with their hair, so they rather put weave in it or put wigs on. Or put braids in it constantly. They don't really want to touch their hair. Some people are not good at keeping up with their hair. So their hair falls out and they don't take care of it. So they missing edges. They got bald spots, hair thin and shit. So they wear weave. It's your prerogative, but you can't dictate somebody wearing weave that they don't have hair. That their hair, is not long. The same way a lot of women can't dictate if a woman is natural and a woman has relaxed in her hair, that something is wrong with her hair. Like, no, a lot of y'all bitches is natural and your hair is nappy. The ends are dead and you need to get somebody to deal with it. People who have relaxed hair, perfectly healthy.
So basically, in the long shot, some of y'all don't know how to take care of your hair.
Period.
y'all need a good hairstylist or good somebody in your corner. Like, yo, you
need to
struggling there.
Yeah, stop going to get these lace fronts and then you missing edges and then you don't know how to oil your scalp. Like, it's just fucking weird. Like, go get your shit done. Go.
I got two more. I'm doing the more serious one first, and I'm gonna finish with one. So this one is as if you vote as a Republican as a black person, you're considered a coon, or if you just vote as a Republican period as a white person, you're considered a racist.
That's for people who don't know politics. Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna put that out there. If you don't know politics, automatically you're gonna think somebody voting as a Republican
that they're a racist.
They're a racist or a coon, which is not all true because a lot of y'all backtracking now and saying you should have voted for Trump, who is definitely a racist. But y'all see what the fuck Biden is doing. So
Biden is right. Not for nothing. Biden might be a bigger racist. Biden.
In all actuality, a lot of these motherfuckers are racist.
Or prejudice, either or.
Prejudice,
we gotta watch that word racist sometimes. Yeah, people throw that word racist. That's a stereotype. People throw now that's a stereotype right there. If a white person automatically, you know what I'm saying, do something towards you, they automatically are racist. They could just be prejudiced too. They could just be prejudiced because
black people are prejudiced.
Yeah, black people. I'm about to say, yeah,
very prejudiced. So need y'all to figure it out. But no, I mean, if you know history, you know that the Republican Party was technically for the people back then. It changed kind of now, yes. Yeah. Democrats supposedly are more so for the people, but they really haven't done shit for us.
No.
As you can see in our current presidency, like a lot of y'all voted for Obama because he was black and he got two years. He got 2 terms. So I just want y'all to do that. But if you know politics, then you would know the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats and their parties and what they stand for and what you can get out of each one. But
do your history. It's crazy because they say most Republicans are conservative, and the crazy part is most black people actually grew up in conservative households. When you think about it, the family dinners, one of the family oriented, big on religion. That's more conservative views, but people don't do their research, and they've been exactly. That's all they see is white. But people been voting for Democrats for years, and as you can see in the city, actually in the city we live in, it's been the same. Shit's been going downhill from here. Like,
and I want y'all to stop thinking that the president
is going to fix
everything. He's really not.
Yeah,
he's really, really fucking not. Y'all have to vote for your senators, your representatives, your congressmen, your aldermen, whatever the case may be. Y'all have to vote for these people to put them in office to change shit, to get shit up to the president so that it works. But you got the same motherfuckers that have been sitting in office for years because nobody votes them out.
It's the same motherfuckers that run cities. They'll fine you for using plastic bags because for whatever reason plastic bags, which is so important in a city full of crime, and y'all worried about y'all got a whole task force of getting dirt bikes off the street. First of all, I always said, don't come to me bitching about somebody driving a dirt bike when y'all legally let motherfuckers down K and they use drugs. Ooh. So don't come to me with the bullshit talking about on one hand, we got a task force doing this. I don't give a fuck about them bikes. As long as them niggas ain't doing nothing crazy for the most part, I don't give a fuck what the fuck they doing. Y'all legally letting these motherfuckers use needles and building safe injection sites for motherfuckers to use drugs legally, but y'all worried about motherfuckers on dirt bikes.
But nobody's trying to get the drugs.
Yeah, but whatever, don't get me started because we'll
be here all day.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be here all the shit that I seen going on in this fucking city. We'll get me here all day. But
just
hey, man,
pulling shit out the fucking head.
Do your research. And the last one, if you hang around a bunch of hoes, that makes you one.
Well,
with the snap. Is that true? Cause it's like yes and it's yes all right. So no. It's like yes and no.
Yes and no.
It's like yes and no. Cause it's like they always had to come back. The chicks always had to come back. Well, if a nigga hang around a bunch of shooters, that don't make him a shooter. Yeah, it might not be. You might be right.
That's true. That is true too.
it might be true too.
But I mean, just because if you got a group of friends, all right. So if it's 7 girls in a group, right, and 5 of them girls is hoes. One is in a relationship and one is technically not a hoe. She's single, but she's not a hoe.
You got a 2 out of 7.
So I'm just saying, like, what makes them hoes? Like, is they out here just fucking and sucking and doing whatever the fuck they want? Like, is they on social media telling everybody, how good they pussy is? Like, is they telling them like what their head game is like? I I mean, shit like that. Like, is they posting a bunch of shit?
Y'all chicks know when y'all got some hoe ass friends. That's all. Y'all know y'all got some hoe ass friends, and y'all might be listening to these stories like, yo, this shit crazy. But in somewhere, maybe in the corner of your head, you're like, I wonder if.
Listen, if my friend a hoe, that's her fucking prerogative. When she start doing hoe shit, I remove myself. That's as simple as that. Why I'm gonna judge her because she a hoe?
Not necessarily judging, but sometimes it's encouragement. Sometimes it's a little bit of encouragement to the whole shit. They could be telling you a story. Oh yeah, I was fucking with this nigga yesterday, and then this other nigga came over right after he left. Now that they was on some old shit.
Like, listen,
they was on some music, or they fucking with somebody. They could be fucking with somebody. All right, you know this nigga is married. She fucking with this nigga, but you rooting for her to fuck with this nigga because you say then this nigga's a good. You a hoe? Why would you? I'm not rooting for shit. I'm not rooting for you to do some shit. You just gonna give him advice like, all right, you might not do that, but
I'm just listen. Do what you got. Do what you doing, sis. Leave me the fuck out of it. Do what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you know, I'll be there for you. I'm very supportive of you. But no, like, no, bro. Like, if you, that's why listen, like they'll say real quick, birds of a feather flock together. Listen here, okay? Like I said, if my friend is doing some whole shit, I remove myself from that situation. You won't catch me on camera. You won't catch me in the pictures. Nah, she was doing whole shit over there. I was over here, minding my business. No,
she was doing some whole shit over here. I was doing some whole shit. All I'm gonna say is,
no, because niggas will do that. There's a stereotype for niggas too. When they hang around a bunch of fucking cheaters, you hang around a bunch of trifling ass niggas. You a trifling ass nigga too. Nah. I ain't even like that. Oh really? Prove to me that you not like that. Because
he gotta prove. She ain't gotta prove that she ain't a hoe, but he gotta prove that.
Because a nigga would be quick to be like, no. So you be doing whole shit with your friends? No. You gotta prove to him that you don't be doing whole shit. Now you can't hang out with them no more because he think you a hoe. But if you tell him, all your friends is trifling and shit, you can't hang out with them. Oh, no,
that means he probably found out some shit about you.
They my brothers. I grew up with them and He's still a trifling ass nigga. You can't hang out with him no more either.
They listen. All you gonna say is you might.
You about to justify it. I'm not saying. No, it's the same shit. I'm not about to justify. If my friends is hoes and you think I'm doing some whole shit, you a trifling ass nigga because all your friends do is cheat. I know five of them niggas got girlfriends. One of them got 2 different. How you know they cheat then? Fuck that, because niggas.
The only reason we found out the chicks was a hoe because most likely the girl probably saw that
niggas can't cheat properly because they tell every fucking thing. They tell it automatically. Now chicks why everybody know your business?
Chicks is just sneaky.
Be that as is fucking May, but she ain't telling 6 different people what she doing.
Chicks is just fucking sneaky. You knew this chick had a whole side what you call it not even a side relationship pretty much, but you just kept quiet. It was girl code. I ain't gonna see nothing.
Yeah, because
you should be telling her like, yo, that ain't that.
All right, if you all right, so if Aunt got a girlfriend, right? Mm-hmm. And you see Aunt doing some whole shit, some trifling ass nigga shit out.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right. All right. So I see my friend doing some whole shit. I gotta say something to her nigga.
No. Why is we even having this conversation? No. I'm just that had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with it. I'm just saying. The stereotype was just saying if you was around a bunch of hoes, you was a hoe. All right, so maybe you're not a hoe.
That's why I said was a yes and no. Some people you hang around with, it depends. But they gotta put that. Nobody gonna put that stereotype that niggas hang in a circle full of same like niggas.
Chicks be I guess so. But chicks be quick to say, "Hey, what's going on?" They be knowing all this bullshit and be quick to say, "What's going on with the friend?" Yeah, listen. We'll give it. We'll say that yes and no for that one. For that, we'll say yes and no for that one. That's a two-sided coin there because it could be yes, but it also could be like nah.
Listen, if your man's is trifling, and you not trifling, all right then. Keep your shit. Keep your. When they doing trifling shit, stay away from it. But if your friend is a hoe and she doing whole shit, you take your shit and go somewhere else because you don't want to be a part of it.
You're supposed to keep that shit to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Why you over here talking about you? Why would I be over here talking about my man's doing XYZ? Just the same reason. Why would you be talking about your girlfriend doing XYZ? Mm-hmm. Chicks is more likely to slip up and tell. Chicks is more likely to slip up and say some shit about their girlfriend.
Niggas get in relationships and start pillow talking. So now I know all the fucking business.
You got a point. You might have a point there. Yeah, you might have a point there. That nigga was out. That nigga was all sprung out there in the middle of it. Man, listen, he just got out of something.
Listen,
Yeah, you know.
when y'all watch this fucking episode, when y'all hear this shit, I bet you I can put money down on this shit. If you in a relationship and it's a solid one, y'all pillow talk. So he know your friend's business and she know y'all know everybody know each other's business.
Nigga was later, y'all sitting there watching a movie, watching Lifetime and shit. Yeah, you ain't gonna believe this shit. Yeah, such and such is doing such and such. You like,
oh, you fucking lying. But
ain't no fucking way.
Listen, the relationship y'all have, you ain't about to go around them and start spilling shit. You gonna keep that shit between y'all two. Yeah. Now, if you start spilling shit, you just
long story short,
just fucked up.
Long story short, just you know what I'm saying. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying. That shit ain't got nothing to do with mind your business unless it's directly affecting you. Stay in your fucking lane, mind your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Everybody
my answer to everything is, you know, my answer to everything is, I got nothing to do with that. That's not my situation. It is not my problem.
Everybody love tea.
Man,
that's why we follow the shade room. Like everybody like the drama.
You know, you got a point there.
Everybody
like, man,
like
fuck
tea.
the shade room. Soon as someone posts, oh shit, you see this shit, little baby, and
they be like, oh, this not even important. Why are you commenting? You liked it and comment. Like it must be something important.
See, that's why I say that one for last. Because I knew, you know what I'm saying, I knew it was gonna get a reaction out of that one. I knew it was gonna get a reaction out of that one, man. So wrap the show up pretty much when it comes to stereotypes. And the word of the day, struggle.
Struggle is the word of the day. Stereotypes. I mean, like I said, some stereotypes is an unconscious bias, and some of it is you just being biased or judgmental. And I feel like we have to get out of these stereotypes. And as soon as somebody bring up a stereotype, like I'm gonna prove somebody fuck wrong real fast. So it's just y'all can't be out here just throwing that shit around. Like, come on, it's 2022. Y'all should be way past a lot of that stuff.
You would think, but some people still living back in early 2000 days, but
like, we ain't even there yet. We won't even dress the same. We won't wear weave the same. Like, our wigs got better. Makeup is different.
She died. She said the wigs got better.
Like, it's okay to remember. You know, it used to be your grandma wore a wig. If you had a wig on, somebody laughed at you. With
the house coat.
Now that shit is like, bitch, your lace look nice. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, like we always say, man, common sense ain't too common. So, did I say it right? Common sense ain't so common. There we go. Common sense ain't so common. So I'm drinking, man. Common sense ain't so common. So make sure you put a little bit more smarts in the world. Like always, we appreciate your support. And on that note, it's the boy Vance. Holla at y'all.
Make it make sense. Come on, make it make it make sense. Come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense. Come on.